If it was me dying on the sidewalk, you'd walk right over me. I pass you every day and you don't notice me. But these guys, what, because Thomas Wayne cried about them on TV?
Movies have been captivating us for over a century with incredible stories and unforgettable characters. From dashing heroes to cunning villains, Hollywood has introduced us to iconic figures that stick with us long after the credits roll. Today we're diving into 20 of the greatest movie characters in Hollywood history. Number 20, Vito Corleon, The Godfather. Marlon Brando's take on Vito Corleon, The Godfather, is truly iconic. This powerful and mysterious mafia boss is one of cinema's most memorable characters, thanks to Brando's incredible performance in Francis Ford Coppola's masterpiece. Vito's calm demeanor and absolute loyalty to his family gave him an air of authority that sticks with you. He is the core of the Corleone crime family, balancing power, loyalty, and sacrifice, making him unforgettable in one of the greatest films of all time. What's cool is that Vito Corleone was played by both Marlon Brando in the original and Robert De Niro in the sequel. Talk about luck, two of the best actors ever bringing this character to life. As the head of the Corleone family, Vito is complex. Even though he's surrounded by violence, he's also very human, caring deeply for his family and trying to do right by them, especially his son Michael, who's another amazing character. Vito is a flawed man, involved in a dark world, but his deep love for his family makes him relatable. His character shows that even in a life filled with crime, there is a struggle to protect loved ones and maintain some sense of honor. Overall, Vito Corleone is a powerful, iconic character who continues to captivate audiences. He's truly a character for the ages. Number 19, the Joker. Villains often steal the show, and that's definitely true for The Dark Knight. While Batman is iconic, Heath Ledger's Joker stands out as one of the finest villains ever. Christopher Nolan and his team elevated the film beyond typical superhero fare, weaving in rich social commentary on themes like lawlessness, anarchy, and moral decay, all embodied by the Joker. Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker is a masterclass in acting. His Joker is pure chaos, with no moral compass and a twisted desire to spread anarchy, all delivered with a maniacal smile. What makes the Joker so unique is his psychological complexity and unpredictability. He can flip from dark humor to terrifying brutality in an instant, keeping audiences on the edge of their seats. His unsettling demeanor, paired with the iconic "Why so serious?" line, cements this Joker as one of the most chilling villains in movie history. Ledger's posthumous Academy Award for his role speaks volumes about his talent and dedication. His performance redefined a classic character and set a new standard for future portrayals. Ledger's Joker isn't just a villain, he's a legendary part of cinematic culture, forever remembered for his unforgettable performance in The Dark Knight. Number 18, Tom Ripley, the talented Mr. Ripley. Tom Ripley is described as suave, agreeable, and utterly amoral. Charismatic, polite, and friendly, he lacks a conscience and is willing to do anything, even commit murder, to get what he wants. Insecure and envious, he covets the money and status of those around him, believing it's better to be a fake somebody than a real nobody. Throughout the series, it's implied that Ripley may be gay or bisexual. He harbors strong, quasi-romantic feelings for several male characters, and, though married to a woman in later books, their sex life is non-existent. He views her more as a possession than a partner. Tom Ripley is an enigmatic anti-hero created by Patricia Highsmith and portrayed brilliantly by Matt Damon in the 1999 film The Talented Mr. Ripley. Ripley's chameleon-like ability to assume identities and manipulate others sets him apart as a master con artist. His quest for a wealthier life showcases his moral decay and selfish desires, blurring the lines between sympathy and repulsion. Highsmith's sharp exploration of the human psyche makes Tom Ripley an unforgettable character, invoking both fascination and discomfort. Ripley's story is a gripping tale of psychological intrigue, ambition, and the dark side of human nature. Number 17, James Bond. You know his name, you know his number. Agent 007 has graced our screens for over 50 years, making the James Bond series one of the highest-grossing franchises ever. Played by 6 actors under Eon Productions, James Bond has taken us to exotic locales, introduced us to beautiful women, and thrilled us with exciting action. Known as one of the deadliest and most charming men in cinema, Bond is always equipped with handy gadgets and clever one-liners. There's no doubt that 007 is a pop culture staple. James Bond, the iconic British spy created by Ian Fleming, has been brought to life by actors like Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. Bond epitomizes cool sophistication and high-octane action. With a license to kill and a taste for luxury, he's become a cultural icon, captivating audiences for more than half a century. His charm, wit, and calm demeanor under pressure make him the quintessential spy. Each actor brings a unique touch to Bond, but the essence remains the same: a charismatic and daring secret agent with a love for high-stakes missions, breathtaking gadgets, and unforgettable romance. James Bond is a timeless symbol of espionage and intrigue, making him one of the greatest heroes without actual superhero powers. Number 16. Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, the star of countless movies and Disney attractions, remains a beloved figure for more than 30 years after his debut. Created by George Lucas and inspired by 1930s action heroes, Indy has been brilliantly portrayed by Harrison Ford throughout the years. With his signature fedora, whip, and knack for surviving the most dangerous situations, Jones is famous for his sharp wit and incredible intelligence. He cemented his place in cinematic history alongside Ford's other iconic character, Han Solo. Indiana Jones, embodied by the incomparable Harrison Ford, is an adventurer like no other. Donning his iconic fedora, leather jacket, and trusty whip, he has become a legendary figure. As an archaeologist and college professor, Indiana embarks on thrilling quests for ancient artifacts, overcoming countless obstacles and villains along the way. His bravery, cleverness, and memorable one-liners set him apart. Whether exploring ancient tombs or outsmarting Nazis, Ford's portrayal of Indy captures the essence of adventure and the pursuit of knowledge. It's no wonder that Empire magazine named Indiana Jones the most iconic character of all time, as noted by the Telegraph. Number 15. Marge Gunderson, Fargo. Marge Gunderson, brought to life by Frances McDormand in Fargo, is a refreshingly genuine and endearing character with courage to spare. As a pregnant police chief in Minnesota, Marge's unwavering dedication to her job makes her a standout in the world of crime thrillers. Her intelligence, sharp instincts, and charm are matched only by her empathy and sense of justice. Born Marge Olmsted in 1963, little is known about her early life. She attended high school with Mike Yanagita, married Norm Gunderson, and became pregnant with her first child in 1986. In early 1987, Marge investigated a triple homicide outside Brainerd, Minnesota, uncovering car salesman Jerry Lundegaard's plot to hire hitman Carl Showwater and Gare Gumsrud to kidnap his wife. The plan went horribly awry, leading Marge to track the stolen car to Moose Lake, where she finds Gare shredding Carl's body in a wood chipper. After shooting Gare in the leg and arresting him, Jerry tries to flee but is later caught by the state police. 7 people die due to Lundegaard's recklessness. That night, Marge and Norm sit in bed, discussing Norm's Mallard artwork, which has been selected for a postage stamp. Despite Norm's disappointment that it's on a 3-cent stamp instead of on a 29-cent stamp, Marge is proud of his achievement. The two hold each other close, excited for the birth of their child. McDormand's outstanding performance infuses Marge with a quiet strength and resilience that leaves a lasting impact on audiences. This brilliant portrayal won McDormand an Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role in 1997. Number 14. Mrs. Doubtfire. Divorced and struggling to see his kids, Daniel Hillard devises a clever plan. With his brother Frank's help, he transforms into an older British woman. This new persona convinces his ex-wife, Miranda, to hire him as the nanny. Mrs. Doubtfire wins over the kids and helps Daniel reconnect with them. However, things get complicated when Daniel and his nanny alter ego are expected at different events at the same restaurant, threatening to reveal his secret. The late Robin Williams brought us endless joy and emotion in countless roles, but none as cherished as Mrs. Doubtfire from Chris Columbus's 1993 hit comedy. This film highlights Williams' incredible talent, portraying Daniel Hillard's comedic and heartfelt journey to stay close to his children. As Mrs. Doubtfire, Williams strikes a perfect balance between humor and heart, making audiences laugh and cry. The character's attempts to juggle parenting and a secret identity resonate worldwide, solidifying the film's status as a timeless favorite. The Hollywood Reporter even dubbed it a supersized hit. Williams's performance as Mrs. Doubtfire showcases his versatility and deep connection with audiences, leaving a lasting legacy. This family film continues to be a source of joy, reminding us of the lengths a parent will go to for their children. Number 13, Yoda, Star Wars. Yoda, the wise and skillful little green Jedi Master from the Star Wars saga, is an unforgettable character in popular culture. With his unique speech pattern and distinct appearance, Yoda is a Jedi brimming with knowledge, compassion, and power. Throughout the series, he imparts crucial lessons to young Jedi, including Luke Skywalker, played by young Mark Hamill. Yoda's profound influence on the Star Wars narrative and his lasting legacy as a symbol of wisdom and strength ensure that he will always be remembered in the galaxy far, far away. Despite his small size and unusual look, Yoda is revered as the wisest and possibly most powerful Jedi. At 900 years old, he's seen it all and knows a thing or two about the Force. At first glance, Yoda's status as one of cinema's most beloved characters might seem odd. He's a 2-foot-tall alien with a walking stick and a unique way of speaking. When we first meet him on the swamp planet of Dagobah, he appears to be little more than comic relief. However, his true identity soon becomes clear, and his training of Luke shapes the course of history. Yoda's wisdom continues to inspire, reminding us all that there is no try. Number 12, Tommy DeVito, Goodfellas. Tommy DeVito, played by the iconic Joe Pesci in Martin Scorsese's mafia masterpiece, Goodfellas, perfectly captures the ruthless and unpredictable world of organized crime. As a hot-headed American-Italian gangster, Tommy's wicked sense of humor, especially in the infamous bar scene with Ray Liotta as Henry Hill, and his violent tendencies make him unforgettable. Tommy's brutal actions and explosive personality leave a lasting mark, cementing him as one of cinema's most memorable mob characters. The Hollywood Reporter even lists him among Hollywood's favorite villains. As a gangster, Tommy exudes confidence and charm, often becoming the life of the party with his humor. Yet beneath his facade lies extreme cruelty and a foul mouth. His defining trait is his monumental temper, which can erupt over the slightest provocation, leading to terrifying outbursts. Tommy shows little respect for anyone outside his circle of friends and family, often resorting to violence to settle even minor annoyances. Believed to suffer from a Napoleon complex due to his short stature, Tommy is quick to retaliate against real or imagined insults. His psychopathic nature is starkly evident when he shoots Spider out of anger, despite having already injured him earlier. Even fellow gangster Jimmy calls Tommy a sick maniac for this act. Tommy's only redeeming quality is his love for his mother, whom he treats with unwavering respect and affection, keeping his criminal life hidden from her until his death. This complex character, full of contradictions, remains one of the most chilling figures in film history. Number 11, Ellen Ripley, Alien. In Alien, Sigourney Weaver redefines the role of women in cinema as Ellen Ripley, a character that has left a powerful mark on the sci-fi genre. As the courageous and respectful warrant officer aboard the Nostromo, Ripley's determination and intelligence set her apart in the world of space exploration. Weaver's performance adds depth and authenticity, transforming Ripley from an ordinary crew member into an iconic heroine. Alien highlights Ripley's indomitable spirit, cementing her as one of the most influential female protagonists in film history, under the visionary direction of Ridley Scott. Few horror movie protagonists are as iconic as Ellen Ripley. She's not only one of the most badass characters ever, but also one of the most significant. Numerous academic articles have analyzed her impact on film and her role as a strong female lead in a male-dominated genre. Weaver's portrayal earned her critical acclaim, making her just the second leading actress in horror movie history to be nominated for an Academy Award, following Ellen Burstyn's for The Exorcist. This recognition from the Academy underscores Weaver's groundbreaking performance as Ellen Ripley, despite their typical reluctance to honor genre films like horror and sci-fi. Ripley's legacy endures, inspiring countless viewers and solidifying her place in cinematic history as a symbol of strength and resilience. Number 10. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Jim Carrey's wildest and most famous role, Ace Ventura, is an eccentric and hilarious character who brings uncontrollable laughter to audiences of all ages. In Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, he portrays a quirky pet detective with outrageous mannerisms, a unique fashion sense, and absurd antics, making the character an unforgettable comedic force. Carrey's impeccable comedic timing and physicality push the character to his limits, making Ace Ventura one of the most beloved figures in the world of comedy. Ace Ventura is a self-styled pet detective who left regular police work to focus on rescuing animals. Known for his extraordinary observation and deduction skills, he also has a special knack for understanding animals. He's even escaped being shot by catching a bullet in his teeth, and is a capable hand-to-hand fighter. Ventura's eccentricities include persistent vulgarity and sarcasm, coupled with flamboyant behavior. He often imitates famous actors to crack jokes and pronounces loser as loo-hooser to insult others. Despite his quirks, he is a dedicated detective, driven by a deep love for animals and a mission to protect them from mistreatment. In Ace Ventura Jr., Pet Detective, it's implied that his abilities, personality, and appearance are hereditary. Ace Ventura's legacy endures as a symbol of comedic brilliance and a champion for animal lovers, cementing his place in cinematic history. Number 9. Shrek. Shrek was born to unnamed parents about 30 years before rescuing Fiona. He lived with them until his 7th birthday, when he was sent away due to ogre traditions. His father allegedly planned to eat him by bathing him in barbecue sauce and putting an apple in his mouth, a traumatic memory that fueled his fear of fatherhood. Shrek lived alone in a swamp, enjoying his privacy and scaring people without harming them. He relished his solitary life, taking mud baths, brushing his teeth with bug paste, and farting in his pool. Despite the common belief that ogres are violent, Shrek, while intimidating and hideous to most, never hurt anyone. He also enjoyed woodworking occasionally. Shrek, the unconventional and lovable ogre, defies stereotypes and captures hearts across generations. Voiced by Mike Myers, Shrek is a refreshing break from traditional fairy tale heroes. His sarcastic wit and gruff exterior conceal a kind and vulnerable soul, making him a relatable and endearing character. The Shrek film series blends humor, heart, and meaningful messages about acceptance and self-discovery. Myers' distinctive voice acting adds layers of charm to Shrek, making him an iconic figure in the world of animation. Number 8. Gandalf, the Lord of the Rings. Gandalf, often quick to anger and just as quick to laugh, is a figure of deep wisdom and compassion in The Lord of the Rings. His patience, honed in Valinor, and his care for all creatures of goodwill reflect a strong sense of kindness, extending even to the servants of his enemies. People who observed Gandalf closely often noticed a hidden power, usually visible in his deep, wide eyes. He could be both affectionate and brusque, often surprising others with his bluntness when urgency called for it. Gandalf consistently chastised foolish behavior, but also generously rewarded those with good intentions. He had a special fondness for hobbits, visiting the Shire frequently for a break from his errands. This likely stemmed from the Shire's blissful and peaceful nature compared to the other realms of Middle-earth. Gandalf, originally named Olorin in Quenya, was an Istar sent to Middle-earth in the Third Age to combat Sauron. He joined Thorin and his company to reclaim the Lonely Mountain, help form the Fellowship of the Ring to destroy the One Ring, and led the Free Peoples in the War of the Ring. Sir Ian McKellen's portrayal of Gandalf in Peter Jackson's adaptation of J.R.R. Tolkien's epic brings this character to life with profound guidance and strength. Through McKellen's brilliant performance, Gandalf becomes more than a fictional character. He embodies hope, courage, and wisdom, contributing to the enduring legacy of The Lord of the Rings as the most beloved fantasy trilogy in history. Number 7. Hannibal Lecter, The Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter, portrayed by Sir Anthony Hopkins, is a standout figure in psychological thrillers and horror. In The Silence of the Lambs, he's a brilliant but sadistic psychiatrist and cannibalistic serial killer. Hopkins's seamless switch between charm and terror makes Lecter one of cinema's most captivating villains. It's unexpected for a cannibalistic serial killer to be acclaimed, but Hannibal Lecter is so mesmerizing that audiences can't help but be intrigued. Hannibal is the creepy, calculating murderer who aids the FBI in capturing even more dangerous criminals. Initially an antagonist with limited screen time, Hannibal won over audiences to become a fan favorite. His performance was so compelling that he was named the #1 villain of all time by the American Film Institute. Hopkins's portrayal of Hannibal is masterful, making the character both terrifying and unforgettable. This performance contributed to the lasting impact and success of The Silence of the Lambs, cementing its place as a classic in the genre. Number 6. Rocky Balboa, Rocky. It's amazing to think that a small film made for around $1 million turned into a franchise that lasted over 4 decades. While Rambo is undoubtedly Sylvester Stallone's most badass role, Rocky is arguably his best. What makes Rocky so timeless and popular are his pure ideals. He embodies everyday heroism, believing in himself when no one else does, standing up for what's right, working hard to achieve his goals, and pushing through both spiritual and physical pain. These universal themes have helped the Rocky franchise resonate across countries and generations, turning Rocky Balboa into a beloved cinematic icon. And let's not forget his Greek god physique. Rocky Balboa stands as Sylvester Stallone's most important creation. When the original Rocky was in development, the producers loved Stallone's script, but didn't want him to play the part. Stallone tenaciously insisted on portraying Rocky himself, ultimately creating the most iconic depiction of a boxer's dream in history. In the Rocky series, he is the quintessential underdog, rising from the streets of Philadelphia to become a boxing legend. His story isn't just about fighting in the ring, it's a tale of determination, resilience, and the human spirit. The film received 8 sequels, all of which have been well received by fans and critics alike. Number 5. Tony Stark, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Anthony Edward Tony Stark, a billionaire industrialist and a founding member of the Avengers, was the former CEO of Stark Industries. Known for his brilliance and confidence, Stark often described himself as a genius, billionaire, playboy, and philanthropist. With his immense wealth and technical expertise, he became one of the world's most influential men. Following his parents' death, he enjoyed the playboy lifestyle until he was kidnapped by the 10 Rings in Afghanistan while demonstrating Jericho missiles. Facing life-threatening circumstances, Stark engineered an armored suit to escape his captors. Upon his return, he developed more advanced suits to combat terrorists and his former ally, Obadiah Stane, eventually revealing himself to the world as Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark is the charismatic and brilliant core of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, much like DC's Batman. As Iron Man, Stark transforms from a self-centered billionaire into a selfless superhero with a strong moral compass. His influence on the MCU is immense, not just as a founding Avenger, but also as a pivotal character in the broader storyline. Tony Stark has secured a special place in our hearts, with Roger Ebert noting him as a superhero who can think, reason, and draw moral conclusions, rather than one who merely recites platitudes. Number 4. Morpheus The Matrix. Morpheus is one of the main protagonists in the Matrix franchise. As a Red Pill resistance operative and captain of the Nebuchadnezzar, he plays a crucial role in Zion's defense. Morpheus is a firm believer in the prophecy, dedicating his life to finding the one, the destined human who will end the machine war. His unwavering faith has made him a spiritual leader to many in Zion, though some, like Commander Jason Locke, remain skeptical. Freed from the Matrix at a young age, Morpheus settled in Zion and enjoyed rare treats like bread, thanks to the efforts of the Zionites. After coming of age, he joined the Resistance and eventually became the captain of the Nebuchadnezzar. His exceptional hacking skills helped him locate and attract fellow hackers curious about the Matrix, occasionally freeing those who chose truth over the safety of remaining blue pills. Morpheus's hacking exploits soon made him notorious, turning him into a wanted figure by the government and a legend among hackers. The Matrix started in 1999, became a massive success, captivating action sci-fi fans worldwide. Lawrence Fishburne's portrayal of Morpheus, a charismatic and enigmatic character, is a big reason for its success. Morpheus's belief in Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, as the One, and his mentorship add depth to the story. His iconic speeches and martial arts skills highlight his versatility and leadership, making him a standout figure in the genre. Number 3, Tony Montana, Scarface. Tony Montana, brought to life by Al Pacino in the gangster classic Scarface, is an unforgettable and complex character. As a Cuban immigrant turned ruthless drug lord, Tony's journey from rags to riches is a gripping and dark tale of ambition and downfall. Pacino's explosive performance captures Tony's larger-than-life personality, with his iconic accent and intense demeanor becoming synonymous with a character. Despite his flaws, Tony's charisma and determination make him a captivating anti-hero, and Scarface remains a cult classic, largely due to Pacino's incredible portrayal. Tony Montana started as a Cuban soldier who fled to Miami as a refugee during the Mario boat lift in 1980. He initially worked for drug lord Frank Lopez and fell for Frank's girlfriend, Elvira Hancock. Tony then forged a relationship with Bolivian cocaine kingpin Alejandro Sosa. When Frank tried to have Tony killed, Tony retaliated and took over his empire, marrying Elvira and expanding his operations with Sosa. Tony's downfall began when he refused to kill a senator in New York due to the presence of the senator's family, angering Sosa. Back in Miami, Tony killed his best friend Manny in a fit of rage, only to immediately regret it. Sosa then sent men to Tony's mansion. Despite being heavily injured and high on cocaine, Tony managed to kill many of Sosa's men, but was ultimately shot in the back by Sosa's assassin, the Skull. Tony's body fell into a fountain beneath a statue reading, "The world is yours," marking the end of his tumultuous journey. Number 2, Man with No Name, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy redefined the spaghetti western genre. While A Fistful of Dollars and For a Few Dollars More might not be as iconic today, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly remains a classic. At the center of each film is the unnamed anti-hero, brilliantly portrayed by Clint Eastwood. Despite his sparse dialogue and minimal personality, Eastwood's charisma and screen presence make the character unforgettable. He embodies the rugged, no-nonsense anti-hero that many westerns later adopted, and somehow made ponchos look effortlessly cool. Although Leone's Dollars trilogy wasn't a Hollywood product, it launched Clint Eastwood into stardom with his most iconic role. As the Man with No Name, Eastwood captures the essence of a classic Western hero. The character's anonymity adds a layer of mystery, allowing viewers to project their own interpretations. His moral ambiguity and solitary nature make him a compelling anti-hero, blurring the lines between good and evil. Leone's impact on the Western genre is immense. As the Slate aptly put it, to watch the Dollars movies now isn't just to behold the reinvention of a genre, it's to be transported to the birth of a pop aesthetic. Number 1, Anton Chigurh, No Country for Old Men. Javier Bardem's portrayal of Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men is unforgettable. Directed by the Coen brothers, this dark comedy thriller swept the Academy Awards, winning Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, and Best Supporting Actor for Bardem's performance. Chigurh is the main antagonist in both Cormac McCarthy's 2005 novel and its 2007 film adaptation. As a remorseless hitman with a twisted sense of morality, he embodies pure menace. His iconic bowl haircut and use of a captive bolt pistol create an unsettling presence that lingers long after the credits roll. Chigurh's strict personal code leads him to believe his victims' choices seal their fate, justifying his deadly actions as inevitable. In the story, Chigurh is hired to recover a briefcase of stolen money from a botched drug deal, but goes rogue, killing almost everyone in his path. His relentless pursuit makes him the archenemy of Llewellyn Moss, the man he's hunting. Bardem, also known for his roles in Skyfall and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, brings a unique intensity to Chigurh, making him one of the most memorable villains in film history. His chilling, ruthless, and oddly funny portrayal adds depth to the character, making Chigurh a standout in the genre of unstoppable killers. That wraps up our countdown of the 20 greatest movie characters in Hollywood history. From unforgettable heroes to iconic villains, these characters have left a huge mark on cinema and on our hearts. Who's your all-time favorite movie character? Did they make our list? We'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.